In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how much xTool has helped our business, and this video is different from my normal. That's why I stuck it in between my usual Wednesday videos. I'm pretty much just going to be talking about our laser engravers and sharing some of the projects that have really worked out well for us. And hopefully I'll be an inspiration to you guys if you're thinking of maybe starting a small business and are interested in something like this. I would highly recommend xTool. Never once have we been disappointed with anything that we've gotten from them, including the service. So we started out with the P2 laser engraver from xTool, and I thought when I got this one, there's nothing better than this one. Like, I just loved it. We did so many different projects with it and still do. And stay tuned till the end because I will be sharing some actual money figures that we have made on some of these products. I normally don't like to do that. It's kind of out of my comfort zone, but I thought surely it would be an inspiration or a motivation to some of you, again, if you're thinking of, starting a small business or have the interest in designing and crafting and just creating things. Laser engravers are a must-have if you're into that sort of thing. The P2 has an actual camera set inside the machine where it takes a picture of your product, whatever you want to, engrave something onto or cut. In this case, we often just engrave, and it takes a picture of it, sends it back to your computer, and then from there you can add your design onto it. It's so nice. And again, when I started out by using that engraver, I thought this is the best thing ever, like what could be better? But then they sent me the S1 engraver, and honestly, I like that one even better. Let me explain why. But first, let me say, John actually prefers the P2, like that's the one he uses out in the shop. So we always have this little competition thing going with our laser engravers. I like my S1, which is down in the basement, and he loves the P2, which I like them both really, but I'm so used to working with the S1 now, and I just love how precise everything is. Let me talk just a bit how it actually works. So I think what I like best about the S1 is the fact that it allows you to mark the processing area. You have the choice of making a rectangle, a circle, a polygon, or a line. And so far that has always covered whatever I needed to mark with those 4 different shapes. And here I'm showing you the circle. And these will get turned into little wooden risers that we actually sell a lot of. So over here on my computer, I have these perfect circles that I just finished, marking. So everything is really precise with this. I basically just add my designs onto my circles, send it over to the engraver, and press the button on the machine, and things will start engraving. So another really neat feature that this machine has is the ability to engrave on a curved surface. We personalized a lot of these marshmallow sticks over the summer season. Here I have it wedged between 2 pieces of wood to hold it in place. There's detailed instructions that come with the software on exactly how to do this, but I'll just quickly show you the process of marking it here and then engraving it. I know I keep talking about this feature where I'm able to mark a product in order to know where it's going to engrave, but this is so awesome because I'm actually able to do a 5-point, like a polygon, and this doghouse here has 5 points. I mark it in the 2 corners here, and then the corners of the roof, and then the top of the roof. That gives me my 5 points, and it just engraves it perfectly. And then I have this little board that I put in the corner of my base, and that way I don't always have to mark every single house that I put on here. I can just go ahead and set my new house to the edge of the board here. And that way they're all going to be the same, like sitting in the same position. I could talk a while about all the different products we've tried out here using the laser engraver. Some, didn't turn out, but most thankfully did. And I could make a long video showing all of our different products, but you probably kind of get the drift. For us, we use it mostly for engraving. Now there's, again, many other things you can do with a laser engraver like this, like many other materials that you can work with. I know a lot of people work with acrylic, and they actually, cut things. Now we have the 20-watt laser head here on this one. And I think if I were to get into cutting, I would probably go with the 40-watt. On the P2, we have the 50 or 60-watt. And that one is probably the one I'd use if I go into, doing some cutting or anything other than engraving. I also cut a lot of our labels using the S1. You can make stickers. I use the score setting instead of engraving. I'm still always amazed by what all it does, but this has been really handy for us to just design our own labels and make them the size that we want and not just go by, all the sizes that are available out there. Sometimes you can't find the right size, so this way you can actually make your own. Now, of course, I still use my HP printer to actually print out the labels in color and then just use the engraver to cut them. Now, we do have some boxes, though, that we put our designs on the top of the boxes with the engraver, and it's so awesome because it, it never runs out of ink. I mean, of course, you can't print in color. It would just be like burning the image into the box, but it's just such a pretty look. And really the only maintenance with a laser like this is just cleaning it every once in a while. And honestly, I don't do it as often as I should, but it still keeps on working. And before continuing here, I'm going to take you over to xTool's website right now. They have 60% off of most of their products. It's a pretty amazing sale, so make sure if you're wanting to invest in a machine, now is the time to do it. This is definitely the time I would pick. I love a good bargain, and these are really good prices. So now that we've covered pretty much everything laser related, let me get started on the screen printer. I'm still really new with this, but I did dabble in it this week. And again, with the unboxing, everything went so smoothly. I'm just blown away with how well everything is always packaged when we receive these boxes from xTool. Very clear instructions. And honestly, putting things together like this is not my thing, but I've never struggled with it when it came to, xTool products. So basically after, unboxing everything, I put the screen together, the actual screen that will be doing the printing. And again, just following instructions. It wasn't that hard to do. They even had an attachment to put into the S1 to fasten the screen onto, which makes it really nice. I used Canva to design my image, and then xTool Creative Space to actually get it, lasered into the screen. You have to engrave your image in reverse onto the screen. That way, if you transfer it, onto your product, it will be the right way. For my first try here, I used the sample bag that they sent along. And of course, I had watched some videos on how others went about to do this. They sent some ink or paint along. Basically, you just spread the amount that you think you'd need along your design. And then using the squeegee, you just kind of, drag it over the design. And supposedly just one swipe should do it. Oh, this turned out so pretty. I love it. So here I am the next day. I wanted to show this to you in the broad daylight with good lighting. It just turned out so adorable. I'm so impressed. And I love the fact that it actually didn't soak through. I wasn't sure how that works, but I guess there's just so little ink that is actually transferred, onto your fabric that it doesn't even, soak through. So I ended up engraving a larger cat mom image onto this screen because I have some tote bags that I want to transfer it onto that are quite a bit bigger than that sample one. And I soon realized I have to have my image on the other end of the screen. So here I'm just flipping the screen around in the frame. I just now realized this glue mat is sticky, so I can actually remove the one film here. and put it onto my wood surface. I don't want to get any paint on that wood surface, so I think this would really protect it. I can just, wipe it down if I do accidentally get some paint on it. So with the tote bag, you have the zipper here to deal with, the handle, some of the seams, so it is rather bulky, and I think I'll just use a couple of magazines to bring my surface where I want the image to be transferred onto, to bring that up, level to my screen. These tote bags have more of a coarse texture to them than the other one did, and I noticed I had to go over a couple times, over the design with the squeegee. I'm pretty sure there's probably a trick to this, maybe just going slower and applying more paint as you go. But I did manage to cover everything, but it took a couple tries before I got it. And these tote bags are going to be available on the website. I only have a couple of them, but I know many of you are cat lovers out there, and I think they turned out so cute. I'm definitely going to be using mine. I'll have a link down below in the description box for them if you're interested. I have one more thing I want to test with this screen printer. I want to create a design that has 2 different colors. Now to do that, you actually need 2 different screens. Like you need a screen for each color. So it definitely will save, time and money if you can just stick to designs that are just one color. But I do want to try this out in case I ever decide to, make something with more than one color. So the colors of paint that were included with this screen printer were blue, yellow, red, and black. And here I'm just mixing some of them together. I want to create 2 different shades of green for my next design. And again, just following directions, watching other people's videos on YouTube to kind of see exactly how to do this. But basically, if you have your design in the Creative Space software, you just split it up into your different colors, and then the one screen gets the one color and the other color, and then having the screens in the exact same position in the laser engraver will then make so that everything will come out, evenly at the end, like nothing would have shifted or anything. I dried my first word with a hairdryer before applying the second one. Again, a little tricky with the texture of this tote bag. I'd be really excited to try some t-shirts. I wish I could have gotten around to doing it in this video, but that's for later. I think the fabric of a t-shirt would be really easy and smooth to do. Now let's take a look at some stats, and these are a few of the items that we have or that we carry that have designs, laser engraved onto them. The gingerbread man is something that we've had since April of 2023, and here is the revenue that it created, since then. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but if you have many items like this, it does add up. Here is a seasonal item that we introduced last year around this time. And to think that it's just a seasonal thing, it has created a nice amount of revenue for us. And the last one I'm showing here is an item that we just introduced this past March, and this is what it has made so far. So definitely worth it to invest in these laser engravers. Now, of course, a lot more gets put into these items besides just, laser engraving them, but I do believe that's sometimes or oftentimes what sells the product. It just makes it look cute and pretty if you just add an additional touch, to it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're all thinking of investing in a machine from xTool, I do have a link down below in the description box. It is an affiliate link, which means I get a small commission if you use it, but it doesn't change the price for you. Now I realize I didn't go over every little step on setting up these machines and what kind of software to use and all that, but there's so many videos out there on YouTube. All you have to do is just search xTool, whatever machine you have, and tons of videos are going to come up that show you exactly how to set things up. And even xTool has videos on their website on how to do that. And again, it's often it's really easy. It's not that hard, but it's nice to have a video sometimes to refer to if you're doing something new. As always, I hope your day is going great, and I'll see you next time. Bye.